face it, Peter Obi made the Labour Party
There's no doubt
what it is.
There's no doubt about it.
Do you think Peter Obi has to be careful that the pot shots, because a lot of pot shots have been fired at him as a result of this, that it doesn't diminish his public standing? Because, I mean, I suppose those who oppose him also have to remember that without his massive success, they would quite literally be nothing themselves. Yes. I mean, but is that something that you yourself also take into consideration? Because, I mean, you won an election.
Yes,
you're in the House of Representatives, and you must worry about your political future.
There's no gainsaying. Labour Party is what it is today because of Peter Obi and because of Dr. Alex Otti and many others in the Labour Party who have made Labour Party a formidable platform that people still desire Labour Party to be that platform that will give them hope. And I believe that with the changes that we're going to make at tomorrow's meeting, we will come out of it stronger, bolder, and more formidable to move our party forward and to seek to obtain power for the Nigerian people, and also to have Peter Obi most likely to run under the Labour Party platform.
Well, have you now received the certified true copy of that Supreme Court judgment? If so, what does it say? Is Julius Abure in or out?
Well, I have not personally seen the CTC copy. I'm sure almost every well-meaning stakeholder in Labour Party, all of them must be wedded to see the CTC of that. But going by what the Supreme Court, the audio of the Supreme Court decision is very clear. It's very clear in the sense that Julius Abure was recognized by INEC through a court order, and the Supreme Court has set aside that determination of the trial court and the Court of Appeal that recognized Abure as the chairman of the Labour Party. So that means since that determination of the court is now invalid, that Julius Abure is no longer.
But that's not the way it's taken a long while to get to this point, and in the meantime, the fractures in the party have
If we had
gotten
done
worse.
otherwise, Charles, it would have been sub judice. The matter was in court. Now let's even pause for a moment. See how we got here, and then that will give us a view of how we're going to get out of it. The tenure of Julius Abure expired in 2023, in April 2023. The NEC met, gave him an extension that expired in June of 2024. That's when it expired. INEC stopped recognizing Julius Abure thereafter. Now, INEC was compelled to recognize Julius Abure based on a court order of the lower trial court and the Court of Appeal. Now, the Supreme Court has set aside the trial court and the Court of Appeal, saying that that the matter was should not have come to court. That is an internal matter of the Labour Party. That's what the NEC seeks to do tomorrow. And in the meantime, since INEC recognized Abure by a court order, well, that order has been set aside by a superior court. So as of today, at the determination of the court, Julius Abure is not the chairman of Labour Party. So the NEC will meet tomorrow, like I said, amongst every other consideration that we will address tomorrow at the NEC, which includes the chairmanship or the leadership position of the party. Tomorrow we will come up with a straightforward position that will now hopefully enable us to start to rebuild the party, to rebuild the confidence that people had in our party, and present our party, our manifestos to the people for 2027.
Right.
I still believe Labour Party, above all consideration, is still the best hope for the everyday and common Nigerian.
Yes, so that's Honourable Aguocha speaking concerning the Labour Party crisis and the Supreme Court judgment. I guess my first question to you is this. Is Peter Obi on a sinking ship infiltrated by APC moles within the Labour Party? Do you think this is a sinking ship Peter Obi is betting his stake on to say, I want to fix this party? I'm still a Labour Party member. Do you agree that the Labour Party can still be revived? And if Peter Obi decides to run on this platform, will you support him? Now, we're going to get into the meat of this matter, but if you're meeting this content for the first time, like, share, and subscribe. And also join in the comments as well. And if you've been following us and you've not yet subscribed, please do so. Now, and also watch this to the end. And let's make this more a dialogue. Let's have this conversation because in the absence of a formidable opposition, Tinubu literally could just be given the straightforward ticket to be a 2027 president. Okay? PDP is in crisis. SDP is an adjoining arm of the APC. And we know for certain that the APC has infiltrated other parties, that are by bribery or not. That's why I ask, or rather, as it's been alleged anyway, is Peter Obi betting on a sinking ship? Is Labour Party already infiltrated? Do you think you agree with that analysis of Honourable Aguocha to say that people still have hope in Labour Party? Do you also agree that there might be APC moves within the Labour Party? I mean, let's take the 2023 election, for example. You had the likes of the division, you had the likes of Abure and Apapa fighting for and jostling for chairmanship. And you have Biomir Rabambi, the same guy, at one point in time fought Abure back and forth about the leadership of APC and now backs him up completely. And you had a rabbi, a papa, who was coming out of very beautiful vehicles, something that most people say they couldn't even afford, that they felt like he was sponsored by APC. Remember when he said he's advising Peter Obi to take the case out of court? So if you're the Labour Party chairman and then you're advising your candidate to not go to court, to just let whoever wins the election to carry on, so does that not look like a plant within a party? So this entire story is not new to any one of us, but I think in trying to create a formidable opposition for 2027, where we know that PDP, for example, is literally infiltrated with APC anyway. So the destabilization of the PDP, we know where it is coming from. And SDP is just APC members going for an extension. And perhaps we can question, having now found that with that explanation by Alibaba, how they infiltrate different parties. We can also question, is it the fact that most of those people leaving APC and for SDP are literally done on purpose and just to masquerade themselves as though they're fighting? But with that said, if Peter Obi remains with Labour Party, will you vote for him? Would you still take a Labour Party seriously, whether or not, or rather, if Peter Obi is still betting on to contest under the Labour Party flagship? Would you still go on that ride with Peter Obi? Put your answer in the comment section, kids, because as it stands right now, the crisis doesn't seem to have any end in sight. So there's Peter Obi trying to fight for a political party that everyone can see is corrupt from within. And you have the likes of Kenneth Okonkwo, who's actually now left the party because of the likes of Abure. And remember, Kenneth Okonkwo actually called them men of their pocket. So if a person who left the APC to join the Labour Party with Obi and then left and said, I've seen the way they're not serious, then would you be taking Obi seriously as well? Okay, and do you even think he can fix it? I did a 10-part series talking about what Obi needs to do to win the 2027 election. And one of those things was that he needs to leave the Labour Party and start a new party. But on the flip side, thinking about it, is it betting on the fact that Labour Party already has some structure? Labour Party already has grounds around the entire nation. So having to take over the leadership of the Labour Party that would give them a good starting point rather than having to build something from ground up as well again. And the cost of it might be more. Is that the thinking that he has? Strategically speaking, would you think about it that way? But most importantly, do you think that this is a sinking ship? That the outcome will remain the same, that no matter how much he tries, these guys who are you suspect to be APC moles, plants within the Labour Party will still feed APC information. You know their names. List their name in the comment section. Let's have this conversation in the comment section. Who do you think are most likely APC moles within the Labour Party? But as it stands right now, based on Supreme Court's ruling, from the mouth of Honourable Aguocha, is the fact that Abure is not the LP chairman, but he's fighting to say he still remains the LP chairman. So with all this crisis and back and forth about leadership, what is the way forward for Labour Party? And what's the way forward for Peter Obi? Because we want to do these things as early as possible. And you can see the public is actually calling for Peter Obi to make his mind up. Because everybody have come to now realize now that, you can't wait until 2027 before you start the work. You have to do the work now. So that from 2027, you're just getting people ready to go and vote and get APC out if it's possible. So the youth also think that if Peter Obi can very well stabilize, if it's possible, stabilize the Labour Party, he's got a very good chance of beating APC, SDP, PDP, with all these their machinations. Put your comment in the comment section. Let's have this conversation, but I'm only just asking, is he on a sinking ship? And do you think Labour Party is completely infiltrated with moles reporting to APC to get some peanuts rather than the furtherance of democracy and the advancement of Nigeria? Okay, so let's have this conversation in the comment section. As I said before, if you're meeting this content for the first time, like, share, and subscribe. And if you've been following us and you've not yet subscribed, please do so. Let's talk about how we can move our country forward. Okay? This country belongs to us. And this channel is for me and you and all of us to have these conversations on how to advance our country. As always, God bless you and catch you up in the next video. Bye-bye for now.